Hey guys, what's up? Beast and Beast Toys here, coming at you this evening. Got a special PulseCon opening, The Force Unleashed, Starkiller, and Stormtroopers. Yes, this was a $110 pack. Yes, I did get two of them. I actually tried to cancel one. I'm going to be honest with you. I decided that after the amount of money it was, I'm like, probably really should only get one. In the past I've said, hey, one to open, one to keep. And I said, hey, money's getting tighter. So I did try to cancel it. By the time I called, they're like, oh, it's already ready to ship. And by golly, if I didn't get an email overnight, then I called it like 2 o'clock on whatever day it was. Last Tuesday, that's what it was. These came out on Friday. Ordered two, and I thought about it. Wouldn't let me cancel right away either. So anyway, long short, I was like, screwed up. Shouldn't have got two, but I did. Anyway, here we are. We're going to open this one. The other one is out on my shelf, so here we go. Here's the difference in box a little bit here. I'm going to assume this is the front, and then on the back, I just noticed, no other than the artwork on this side. Here's your age, your Hasbro logo, your warning. So got that. Here is the side of the box, and it shows, what does it say? Starkiller and Stormtrooper. Oh, it's got the bio. It says, during his quest to hunt and destroy Jedi, Starkiller allies himself with some unlikely heroes and makes decisions that will alter his destiny and shape the future of the galaxy. It's amazing. I can read this better because it's bigger print. If you've ever caught me reading off the bio and I'm like, it looks like a blaster. I'm like, I have to read slow because I'm like, oh. So actually helps when the writing's big. Yeah, it tells my age sometimes too, or where I'm getting to. Anyway, so this is a slide-on box here. I haven't even pulled him out. Ooh. So I hadn't even pulled him out yet. Nothing on the interior, as you can see. It's got a slip cover. I'm going to set that gently aside over here behind me. So here he is. Here's what we get. We get the lightning hands. We get the different colored lightsabers. We get the light and the dark side. So very good. I'm going to assume the Stormtroopers are boxed in here. Behind it, I have seen some like little whirlwind of force water, or like it looks like water or something rising that people have shown in pictures. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that's behind this. So here's the interior. Here's the back. I'm gonna get you the front now again, where you can see him. Here he is. You'd rather see him than me anyway. So there's that part. Now you can take this out and open it. I'm gonna see. I'm not 100% sure that I want to cut this, but I probably should, because I think I'll probably nick the box. I guess I will. Not exactly what I want to do, but I guess it doesn't really matter. If I'm going to open it, I might as well cut these seals off. So, oh, they're on the bottom too. Gonna make sure we get the outer part. There we go. Oh, there he is, flipping open. So I'll show it off anyway. So here, be careful. I want to tear this. Here's the whole shebang. So you get the storm, and here's the thing. I'm not gonna really show off the Stormtroopers. I'm sure you've seen them. Most people are probably like, yeah, dude, it's 2 extra Stormtroopers and Starkiller. You're paid for a lot more than you really needed to. So anyway, we're gonna take these guys out, and I'm gonna get my Starkiller out. He is cool. I do have the whatchamacallit version. Vintage collection version. I haven't decided if I'm gonna actually stick with it and keep it. I found it at my local Walmart, and I had kind of almost decided against even keeping it. I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't. I'm going to be honest here too when I say this. Shouldn't completely get out of vintage collection. I just don't know that. I say it, but I don't know that vintage collection is the right thing for me. Trying to look long term when I talk about it a little bit. I'll talk about it for a brief second as I open him up. I'm trying to do this gently without nicking the box up too bad. I already put a little nick on this side. I'm trying to cut that out when I went downward. I'm going to assume his blasters and parts are in the... There we go. So, new molded Stormtrooper, obviously. As I've said 100 times, and I'll say it 100 and 1,000 more, this is one of the best molded Black Series figures, period. When they finally come around and get this Mandalorian type mold, this is one of the best Stormtroopers, period. Heck, I got 6 sitting up here. You know, brief show here. You've seen them. You've probably got several. If you're like me, I've probably got 30-ish of them. New molds, especially. I didn't go crazy. Never went crazy on the old molds. I didn't like them. The helmet was kind of odd. You had that neck piece. I just didn't get into them. I mean, I just didn't like them. It wasn't for me, per se, so to speak. I just did not particularly care much for them. So I was so glad when they changed these over. And, you know, and I said that about the clone molds. At first I used to say, hey, this is the new Stormtrooper mold's the best. The old clone mold is good. Kind of, the more I deal with it and look at it, I kind of tinker with things at times. You know, feel around, mess around with them. I don't see that the old mold is better, so to speak. An opinion that I had at one point in time on the matter. I do still like the old clone mold. I'm not gonna say, hey, it's one of those like the Stormtrooper mold. I just don't like it. Now, cut my finger off. I'm not careful. I was trying to pull and I was getting ready to tug my finger under. I was getting ready to tuck it under the blade side. This isn't a very sharp knife, by the way. This is like a little old kitchen knife of sorts that I happen to have. And I've decided that works good on opening figure boxes when I need them open. But anyway, so what I was saying, the old mold on the clones is fine. New mold, really nice. So, you know, I like the clones, period. Got me an Apo ordered on Target today, by the way. This release date today is October 1st. Crazy that we're in October. November, December. Just a little over 2 months from Christmas. 2.5 months to Christmas already. 2.5 months to fall. So, or winter. So there's your 2 Stormtroopers. Not worth the extra, I don't know, 50-some bucks you're paying, if you ask me. Thought this piece was a little overpriced. A lot overpriced. I think even the main event for me on that PulseCon day was getting the Baroness Crimson Strike team, and it's 89, and I really was kind of, I mean, yeah, some might argue you get accessories. Big deal. What's those cost to make? Nothing, hardly. Probably would be my guess. Not that much. So, anyway, I'm going to knock that situation just a little bit. All right, now the fun part. How do I get him out? He is in there. And I feel like we've got some stuff stashed behind it. Does it open? Ah. Gotta pull the side out. Alright, now the fun part, getting everything out of here. He's going to come out somehow. And then there's this boxed area in the back, which I'm going to assume to be some of the extra pieces. He's not, there we go. Like, it's not want to come out very well. Here he is. Before I start taking him apart, here he is inside of here. Yeah, I just see other parts in here. This may be it. I'm not. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, no, there's stuff in here. So, yeah, I know you say, hey, oh, yeah, you get all this stuff. You do. You do. I still just don't think it's worth that. You know, I guess my argument would be, here's the thing, back in the day, whenever we got new figures, in the old days, in the original lines, some figures had a lot of accessories, some did not. And you paid the same price, which back then was like $3 or $4 a figure. So, I mean, that's where I guess me being a little old school part of me says, that's not really fair to charge a boatload extra for all these extra parts. Oh! Just hurt, had a little cut over there and I just hurt it more. Should have just used a knife. Trying to pull this thing apart and get it out. I think I just, yep, I'm gonna make that bleed a little more. It already hurts to bend it. So I just made it worse pulling on that plastic string stuff. Dang it. Yeah, not smart on my part. Getting in a hurry to show it off. Getting in a hurry, trying to show the pieces off, and I'm hurt one of my boo-boos even worse than I had. All right, there we go. Whew, you get all this stuff. Oh man. All right. So this piece is what you see in the picture that's pictured. How does it go in there? It's got foot pegs. This piece has foot pegs. It's got all these holes. Looks like you got to match them up. It's like a puzzle. Here's one of the bigger sections. So how do I match that up? It's got little clips. Kind of like, guess you just got to throw it down and put it on there. Pretty sure I found it though, the way it's supposed to be. Now, I say that. That piece doesn't almost like act like it wants to tuck under. I think this is the right part though. Yeah, this is the right side. I'm on the right. Okay, I got the right pieces up. Just got to get them plugged in here. Just the way they're supposed to be. I think it overlaps a little bit. This piece overlaps, so I see now what's going on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're all going to overlap slightly. This piece is going to go in here, and this piece is going to go in here, and this piece to here. Just a matter of getting them to line up and in the slots. And then that one falls out as soon as I get this one in. All right. So there's this piece. This is almost a centerpiece. You know, when you're thinking about it, it's almost like a centerpiece. Remember those? We got 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them. 4 of them. Which Rey and Kylo and then Vader and Luke. The Hoth Luke, the New Hope Vader. Yeah, so I got those pieces too. I've never opened. I've got a couple extra. I need to open them. I never have opened them. I need to do that one day. All right, I'm going to set this aside, but here's this piece. We can tinker with that. Come with I see the E11, the blasters, and then the hands and a lightsaber in there. I'm going to pull that down a little bit. We are catching on tape. I always don't want to get too crazy with it. Oh yeah, it comes with an extra head too. I forgot about that. Or two. Oh, 2 extra heads. I get everything in there, so. Yep, lightsaber hilt. 4 sets of hands. Here's the head. What do we got? Here's a head. Here's the screaming head. Kind of makes me think of the flying, screaming skulls from Mortal Kombat. Shang Tsung, the ones he shoots out. There's a little old school for you. Those flaming skulls, the smoking skulls that come at you that go, ah. Of course, the arcade version sounded a lot different than the Super Nintendo Sega Genesis version when it does the noise. I always wondered that, just why when you played some of those old video games, the arcade versions sounded different. I don't know, I don't know. But definitely nostalgic thinking about arcade and old video games and arcade. Going in an arcade, those are few and far between nowadays, unfortunately, too. Miss kind of the old days of having the arcades. And I didn't even play arcade games much because I usually, when I didn't want to waste a lot of the money on them. But I used to go in just to look and watch other people play and blow their money on it. So definitely missed those days. But there are a few around, not many. I went to one in Evansville not terribly long ago, and I really liked it. It was a place you go in, it was like I wouldn't say $25. You could play all day. I can't remember the name of the place. I went, I don't know, 6 months ago. But very neat place. I think there's 2 of them. One of them can be there's one downtown in a place that's, you can have adult drinks and all that. And then the one I went to was more kid-friendly. But they got skee ball, you know, dart boards, all that stuff. Got lots of the other stuff that you can... Look at all that tape. My gosh. That's why I didn't want to have to cut all this out. You gotta be careful, though. Anyway, but you got skee ball and all that other stuff. And then they got all these old video games. I played like Mortal Kombat. Played through the whole, speaking of Mortal Kombat, made me think of that too. Played through the whole Mortal Kombat 1 and beat it the day I was in there. Played through Star Wars Arcade. That was fun. And beat it. Or a couple of versions. I think I beat like all 3. Went from New Hope to Return of the Jedi, or to all the way to New Hope to Empire to Return of the Jedi. Played a game I really liked as a kid. Didn't play much. I had trouble with it in the arcade. Had trouble with it in the arcade playing it here, but was Punch Out. Original Punch Out on an arcade. So that was another one of those very neat, fun and neat games. So, but yeah, if I ever think of it, I'll have to drop it on my video sometime, talk about it again. But it's a neat place. It's in Evansville. There's 2, like I said, Evansville, Indiana. And one of them was kind of, I want to say, there was one kind of on the west, I guess, Midwest side of town. And then the other one was heading back towards the east side of town. I think down close to the riverboat area, maybe. If the riverboat's still in Evansville, I honestly can't remember. Is the crazy part. I can't remember if the riverboat's still down there or not. Harrah's, I think, is the riverboat. Harrah's Casino. Been there a time or two. It's been a long time. Long time. So, trying to get this. This is tricky, and I definitely don't want to break him. What's the last thing I want to do? I really need some kind of nail clippers or something. There we go. Yeah, I want to be careful. Gently get him out. Alright, almost there. One more strap here. Don't even have to do it. Okay, so he has the force, the hands. Almost, it's weird. It's like he's got blood on his arms too. How about that? So there he is. Check his knee joints. I think this is pretty much a new sculpt. I don't really recognize the legs and the boot pattern. The top and the top's probably mostly a new pattern. Yeah, mostly a new piece, but yeah, you probably want to change your hands fairly quickly on him too, because if you're not one to use the force push, I mean, you can use that obviously, but a very nice touch, by the way, with that. I won't brag on Black Series or the Star Wars people too terribly much. I think the Joe team is leaps and bounds better than them, have been for the last couple of years. There's one blue lightsaber, and you can put that right in the hilt right away. Want to be very careful though, don't want to overdo it. There's that. I don't feel like it's in there all the way though, but yeah, you gotta be careful. I don't want to break it, I'm telling you. It's very, seems a little, yeah, it's loose. Oof. It's not what I really wanted it to do. See if I can twist it a little bit, maybe. Yeah. Be careful, okay? I always say that with a lot of parts, but this thing is not, I'm gonna get interrupted probably, bear with me. This thing's not in there great. I don't like the way it sits in there. It's not very good. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and get this last bit, show him off, and call her quits. So yeah, you got this piece here. You can show that off. We got the red one. I might have to put the red one in there. Let's see. We'll check them out, I guess. Check them out and see how they work out. There we go. Oh, I should have cut the other side. Cut the wide or narrow side. Should have cut the wide side. It's tricky just getting it out now. My wife had to go pick up our dog. Sister-in-law watched our dog over the weekend because we had a busy weekend. I mean, I'm literally just getting home and wanted to crack this thing open. Hadn't had a chance yet. Been flying all over the place. Just trying to get here and there. So, all right. Box this thing back up, sort of. All right, then we're gonna finish up here. Okay, that's taken care of. Drop it up there. All right. So here we go. We can obviously switch our lightsabers. Gonna pull that out. And again, I think there may be a pattern or a way to do it. I don't know. But see how loose that is? Yeah, it's not. That's kind of troublesome for me. I don't like that this hilt. And I'm trying to check my, as I always can say, my eyes aren't great. That's better. I had to push that hard though. So you want to be careful. I do feel it's almost like there's a little notch on there. It's too tiny to show on video, but it's there. Just barely. There's a little ring. I see it now. Little ring. So You just really got, I guess, push that in until it kind of clicks. Yep, there it is. So that may have been partially my fault. All right, well, we're going to change hands because we want to hold a lightsaber anyway. So we're going to change hands. Here's the force push hand, or the, almost looks like a shake hand. I know, right? Shaking the hand. Yeah, it's been neat though. Something as a kid we would have been like, whoa. You know, never had the option of switching hands, heads, kit bashing as some people call it. So that's very, very, very cool. So, all right, so we now have him with the lightsaber. Now we can always change it up as it shows in the video, or not video, as it shows on in the displays, in the advertisements. You can do this, and you can kind of wrap it around the stormtrooper, give him the force lightning, which is one of my favorite moves in the game, by the way. So I like that touch, but you can get this look, and you can even, I think this is the intended look for the force lightning. I'm worried about, I hate switching heads sometimes though, because of that reason. I can't feel like I can get it to pop in there correctly. Like this one doesn't feel like it wants to pop in place. Ooh, okay, so that was a little rough, guys, just so you know. There you go, there's your look of evil. So you can change him into bad guy or good guy, however you want to do it. Just so you know, you can change that out over. Got lots of options. You can add this piece and do it, have this here. You can be like me and not use the foot peg either. There we go. So you can get that look. So lots of cool stuff to go along with it. I'm gonna set some of that stuff in there. I don't like, never a big fan of these wavy lightsabers, but they're there. So we're gonna put the head back on. Change hands again. Now this one doesn't really move, by the way. It's stationary, so it goes on and you hold it down, or you face it down, just so you know. But I'm gonna put that hand on. We're gonna switch heads. I'm gonna put his original back on. See, that one popped in just fine, so I don't know, maybe it's just not tight enough. I'm gonna see if I can put the blue lightsaber back in place tight, and we're done. We're gonna wrap it up. Call it a night. I'm gonna take that out of his hand. This blue one's not very cooperated. I think I got it now though. Yeah, you just kind of have to be careful with that. Just keep that in mind, folks. Just be very careful when you're trying to put this in, and don't put too much pressure. I'm still worried I'm gonna end up breaking this thing, but I think I got it now. We're going for the good look though. Always want to tend to go toward the Paragon side, so to speak. If you're a Mass Effect fan, you know what I'm talking about. Renegade's always fun, but typically. All right, guys, so here we go. We got that. We got all those parts. Here's him. So Here you go, guys. Here's your Starkiller set. PulseCon exclusive. Very cool. Lots of neat parts go with it. I'm going to have to set him aside and figure out what I'm going to do with him. But hey, got him and I got one on. I got him to display or tinker with, and I got one in the box for now. So, all right, guys, there he is. Starkiller PulseCon set. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to check out more videos and reviews. And as always, with Starkiller and the 2 Stormtroopers, I'm Beast from Beast Toys. We'll see you.